But speaking of obvious and horrible, they went through all of this with MJF and Jericho together and the whole Inner Circle drama. And then MJF trying to take over the Inner Circle, but being foiled, but having his own group in the background and laying waste to the Inner Circle. They went through all of that for 2 weeks. And it's done already. Is everybody involved in this out of their rabbit ass mind? MJF and his new group that we mentioned looked great last week, and it looked like what a true top heel group should look like, and they all fit together, and boy, at least they got something going here. It lasted 2 weeks. It's done. It's over. They're in the locker room they stole from the Inner Circle. MJF opens the door, and there's the Inner Circle and Jericho.
Opens the door to the bathroom.
Opens the door to the bathroom, and they're standing in there. Nobody in that room had taken a shit or a piss to discover that those guys were there until the cameras went on. Then he opens another door, and there's Hager, and he punches him, and basically the Inner Circle members come in and destroy. I'm talking about lay waste to, decimate, destroy the careers of everybody in the new group. Cash got dumped into a bathtub. Dax got hard-weighed and his head busted open. They had a fight all over the backstage area that with multiple cameras all in the right place to catch everything. And I would say that it was horrible brawling, except we see in the main event tonight what horrible, sloppy amateur brawling really looks like. But Jericho actually stuck MJF's head in the toilet and then ran him through the Pepsi machine, poured a beer on him, and they picked his lifeless body up and tossed him out in the hall and closed the door. Thanks for fucking coming. The end. There can be no redemption. They started this. They gave the heels a week to do an interview, and then they finished it. They got no money out of it. They sold no tickets off of it. And they completely blew off not only every bit of heat that the heels got by doing this, but they just, and only MJF even saw what happened to it. The others were just so unimportant that they were just left laying in a ditch somewhere after being skull fucked and sodomized. So all that work for a 1 week run of a heel group that might have actually worked. And now it's over and it's done. And I think we can pretty much write off everybody involved as being a complete waste of time now to even try to feature on television, including MJF, the best young heel in the business, and FTR, the best tag team in the world. So good job, Booker of the fucking year. This, if anything, I don't even like most of these fucking guys, and this got me pissed. I was hot because this was the most egregious malpractice and misuse of anything, talent, angle, television time, whatever, that I've ever seen. Your thoughts?
You know, I'm happy to hear you say that because I thought I was alone because I saw people write what a great beatdown, what a great segment, and I couldn't believe it. Like you, they just put this group together. They had one match on TV as a unit with 3 of the guys.
And one promo.
All of a sudden, no one notices that the Inner Circle's hiding in the bathroom, standing there waiting for the door to be opened. No one noticed Jake Hager. Okay, I'll get past all of that. You immediately go to this beatdown. The baby faces, and that's what the Inner Circle is in this situation. Yeah. The baby faces get all their heat back.
They got their revenge.
They get their revenge. Even if you want to say, oh, well,
they went further.
They went further. MJF got the Dick Slater treatment here.
Yes.
Head in a toilet. He sold it. He spit up toilet water from his mouth. And then he got thrown to a Pepsi machine. These guys probably think
dumped out in the hallway like a sack of shit.
These guys probably think they did something really good. And
they do. That's the scary part.
This was so, again, counterproductive. That's the word of this episode. This was counterproductive. Everything Chris Jericho touches turns to fucking shit. Everything in AEW he touches since the first few months turns to complete shit. This was completely counterproductive. It didn't leave me wanting to see FTR versus Santana and Ortiz. It didn't leave me wanting to see MJF versus Chris Jericho and Jericho get his revenge. I certainly don't want to see anything with Hager. I certainly don't want to see anything with Hager or Spears.
Well, that was normal. That was beforehand. So
this was so ill-conceived and so counterproductive and so stupid, and no one thought it was a bad idea, or no one had the guts to put their foot down.
I refuse to believe that everybody in that company is that stupid. And I've talked to MJF personally in MLW. He seemed like a bright young kid. And he seemed like he knew more about the business than this. He's obviously doing what he's told by people. And Jericho doesn't mind, because now they'll even sing his song louder. And besides that, he got to come back and get even. I just thought he would have wanted to make some money with it. You might have had a pay-per-view coming up with him and MJF if they hadn't done this. But I think that's it. Some know, but they're scared to say anything. Because everybody can't be that stupid. Everybody involved in this cannot be this ignorant about what wrestling is or should be or how it works. And speaking of ignorance of how things should work, tell me, didn't they have Twinkle Toes, Gallows, and Anderson against Penthouse Felix and Laredo Kid last week?
No.
What did they have?
Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler.
Oh, God, that's right. They just all look the same.
They don't look the same.
They all wrestle the same. I wrote, didn't they do this last week? Jump start with a flip. Before the guys are even in the ring, Laredo Kid flips over the top rope under the heels, and then they all jump up and stand there while Felix gets up on the top and tightrope walks the top rope and then backflips off and misses most of them. They all fell down. And I wrote, this is going to be the same hot garbage as usual, so I'll pass. It's tempting to watch this and pick apart every stupid thing they do, the things that don't make sense, the things they fall on their face or their ass and miss. But I was running low on time, and it's every week, so it's not even funny anymore. So I was trying to find the finish. I saw one place where one of the Mexicans tagged his partner while his partner was standing on the top rope already. And reached up, oh, here, tag. And then finally, Twinkle Toes won with the one-wing fairy. And Mox and the Bucks came out and the heels ran off. I wrote, can this show please be over? But not yet. Not yet. No, we have more.